Some people complain about it and everything, but the other thing about it's not about comic books anymore, that's BS. I actually came here 2 years ago, I wore a mask so no one knew who I was, and I actually filled in all these holes in my comic book collection.
It is.
Usually I wear a Lucha Libre mask, but that's...
Yeah,
if you see Blue Demon walking around, it might be me.
It's fun. There's so many people. It's hot and fun and sweaty. It's the only place you have to wash your hands before you go to the bathroom, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's a good time. But but being able to, when you basically went antique shopping to find these lenses.
Oh yeah.
So how did you guys decide, well, this is the way we have to do it, this ultra rare, ultra old way to present this movie?
Well, it was just the fact that like, we were first just looking for really cool scope 70mm lenses, but when we found these ones, and it's like the biggest format available, 276. So normal scope is 235, this is 276. So it literally is the biggest format available, other than some 360 thing that they have at, Grand Canyon stuff at Disneyland. And I remember the movie shot in this. These lenses are actually, it's not they use these same type of lenses on Ben-Hur. They used these lenses on Ben-Hur.
Oh, wow.
These lenses they only made one set of them. They only exist as this group. So these are the lenses that made Ben-Hur. These are the lenses that they shot It's a Mad, 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 Mad World in. They shot the Battle of the Bulge in, the Marlon Brando Mutiny on the Bounty. These are the same lenses they use.
This is tremendous. How are you not like, can you hand me that? Oh shit. Like, how do you not? I mean, you're basically guarding history.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But it's working history.
Yeah, no, well, actually, our question was because we were shooting in such frigid, cold environments, and so that like normal cameras just freeze and stuff. Normal lenses freeze all the time, and so I was wondering like, how are these going to work out there in that cold? But the camera department just did a fantastic job of just putting test after test after test, and putting them under the right conditions, keeping them warm. We never had a situation where they stopped working and we couldn't work that day. They never had a situation where they froze. It was really. I had such a great camera department. I don't know if I would have the balls to actually have done the film without a camera department that I could so truly trust in pulling this off.
Yeah, and do you feel like, for the camera department, not all directors come out here and give props to other people who work for them. They just take the accolades themselves, so it's very kind of you. But do you, why was it important for you to tell this particular story this way? Was that when you first envisioned the movie, you were like, we want to shoot it as wide as possible, or did that just evolve?
Well, it sort of kind of evolved as time went on. I mean, the initial idea is, I am not a fan of digital projection. I mean, everyone knows that I'm not a fan of shooting on digital, but I'm not even a fan of digital projection. By losing film projection, to me, we've already seceded too much ground with the barbarians. And so the thing about it is, my feeling is, okay, look, I didn't work 20 years to work to diminishing returns. And so just the idea of shooting my movie, and we have a couple of screenings in 35, and then just the rest are DCPs, that's not why I got into this business. That's not the movie industry I signed up for. And so I thought, well, if I shoot it in 70, they're going to have to release it in 70, or else they wouldn't waste that money. So that was the initial idea, all right, was saying, well, if we do it in 70, then I will guarantee definitely some film, quite a few film screenings around the world, even though I know that this will still be playing in mostly 3,000 theaters and digital. But then what happened is, once we got these lenses and we started putting it together, then it all kind of really kept evolving. One of the things people say to me all the time, they go, yeah, but we've heard that most of the film takes place in one area, like Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
All right. So what's the point of shooting 70mm for that? And I'm really looking forward to the film kind of my movie breaking that notion, because there is this sort of notion that basically 70mm is for travel logs. Basically, it's to shoot Lawrence of Arabia. It's all about desert landscapes or mountainscapes, and then that's why people would shoot 70mm. No, when you shoot a big 70mm format like that, and you shoot it indoors, it can actually be more intimate. It can actually take you closer to the actors. It can make everything more vivid and more vital. So it's not just for shooting travel logs. It's not just for shooting beautiful scenery. It's for shooting great drama.
Well, I think that is an excellent place. Maybe we should show these people some of the things that you're talking about.
But this this was one I kind of wanted to go through 3 drafts. I wanted to get there. I didn't want to like have to, you know, like there's certain plot threads that were in the first draft that I wasn't quite ready to tie up yet, but I knew I had a couple of drafts to go. So, so that's why I was a little disconcerted when it got out there. Having said that, though, you know, my process was my process. So even though I yelled and screamed about it, I kind of kept on doing what I planned to do. So you know, the second draft and the third draft is what I ended up shooting, and was where I was going anyway with it. So that kind of just went on the way it would. It just got more public than I wanted it to get. And we'll see. I never say never. We'll see. All right. You know, when it comes to Kill Bill 3, Uma would really like to do it. We talk about it every once in a while or so. All right. We got to wait for Renita's daughter to get old enough to go and kill her. All right. So we'll see.
I have a question just as we're sort of weaving this in for Jason Lee. Is there anything that you can sort of tell us about the essence of who your character is? Because obviously we got some glimpses. Without giving too much away, what can you say?
Well, she's being taken to be hanged by this man, and she's doing everything she can to survive. She's a bit feral, crazy like a fox, I would say. She's pretty smart.
Excellent.
Maybe not in the old days when people made 20 Westerns or 25 Westerns, as well as doing other things. But I think, at least nowadays, you have to make at least 3 Westerns to call yourself a Western director. Or anything else, you're just dabbling in the genre. And so I will eventually make 3 Westerns so I can officially call myself a Western director and throw my Westerns on the table with all the other Western directors, and then we'll just see how they stand. All right. But there is an aspect of, you know, I do kind of like the idea of 10 and done. There's kind of a kind of neat thing about that. I do like that. We'll see what happens. But you have to keep in mind, though, if I go by my normal route of the last 20 years, I usually make about 3 movies a decade. So this is like number 2 for this decade. So even if I were to end in 10, that's still like another decade and a little bit more to finish that up. However, if things change as far as like, you know, if I can't shoot on film, if I can't release to some degree or another on film, I don't know if I'll even make 10. However, the thing, we'll see what happens. All right, and I might just say the hell with that and make 15, who knows? But I do like the idea of getting out, leaving you wanting a little bit more. I like the idea of getting out while it's like, well, it's so good. I don't want to be out of touch. And, you know, if everything changes, well, then I guess I am out of touch, and it's time for me to step aside and let other people take the road. On the other hand, though, part of the thing I don't like about digital projection and all that, to me, it's just HBO in public. You're just watching television in public. So if that becomes what movies become, then I can move to television. All right, you know, then I'll cut out the middleman. And then, you know, it's like, so maybe there's 10 movies, and maybe I have 3 miniseries in my future, where then I can like just write my stories, and they're as long as they are, and I just shoot it all, and then like these little novels for television, and that's all good.
Yeah.
You know?
People seem happy with that.
Woo! My scripts are always too long to get going, except for Kill Bill. All my scripts get cut down anyway, so if I could actually just write a story and it ends up being 8 hours, and all good. All good.
Or it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
In 5 years, you'll have to shoot it on Snapchat. Like, there won't even be any anymore. Like, it is an emoji movie. What is your name, sir? Excellent. Well, you guys,
Let me
please go.
One announcement to you guys that people don't know yet, so I'm going to announce it out here now, is it wasn't for sure, we just kind of settled it down. You guys know that I normally don't use an original score in my movies. I kind of take scores from other movies and put them in there. And this one I kind of thought, maybe this should have an original score. And so I'm here to announce that the great Ennio Morricone will not only be doing an original score for the Hateful Eight that he's writing right now, we'll be recording in Prague in the next couple of weeks, but that will be his first Western score in 40 years.